What's up guys, Chrisu here and welcome to this sample Genie video. Now I really quickly wanted to talk to you about Steinberg's Cubase, which is my main DAW. Just wanted to go through some interesting stuff, what you can do with the software and why I use it and what can you do to help your workflow. First of all, I wanted to talk to you about template projects, and if you look at the screen, I'm not much of a template guy, I'll be honest with you, but I have these 5 templates set up here. First of all is empty, and second is DMB production, there is mixing and mastering, there is studio mix, and there is vocal recording. So I'm just gonna open up DMB production template, what I have here. I have to set project folder. Here we go. Okay. Loading up the stuff. Here it is, how it looks like. On the left side there are folder tracks already set up here inside Cubase. You can drag and drop tracks and then fold them and unfold them inside here just to have a nice and clean look. Inside the drums we have usually kicks, snare, hi-hat 1 and 2, ride cymbal 1 and 2. Here come some breakbeats, layers, and percussion 1, 2, 3. I always have a contact as well, and there is a crash cymbal at the end. Contact is there because I can preview breaks quickly through this, or do stuff which you can't really do in audio tracks. These are all audio tracks, by the way. I love the way how Cubase handles audio tracks. Second folder is bass. Here I have a few instances of massive, mid bass 1, 2, 3, and there is also a contact in case I want to do some resampling. There is the synth and pads folder over here. Atmospheres, since these are also massive, but you can replace them with anything else. There are also some audio tracks here. Here come the effects, like sweep ups, white noise stuff and that kind of stuff. And if you have some vocals, those come in here. These are all mono. You can see here left stereo in. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And I already have set up group tracks here. You can see drums, groups, bass, synths, effects, vocals, same color, everything as above. And if you open up the mixer, that looks like this. You have all the drums in red, you have all the basses next to them in yellow, and there is the synths and pads with green, effects light blue, and vocals, drums. Okay, here start the group tracks actually. There is a send there as well. On the master I usually have nothing when I'm producing. That comes a bit later. But what I do have is a Vox & Go span. This is a free spectrum analyzer. It's my favorite. And also it's interesting regards the metering. There is this stuff here on the right. It's not turned on by default if you open up Cubase 8.5 as far as I know. But you can turn it on. Here on the top left there is this selection of boxes and you have to click on control room meter and that's what turns it on. I usually have all this other stuff turned off, but you can turn like the channel overview, meter bridge, equalizer curve, etc, etc. You can turn them on if you want. And there is this channel selector on the left, which you can turn off if it takes up too much space. This is a nice clean look. Now the good thing with Cubase is that it comes with a built-in LUFS meter in on the right side here. Basically that's the perceived loudness, like average loudness, because normally you would have the RMS max and peak max over here. That's the max peak point, but that's not what you want to know about more about that. But what you are looking at on the long term and even in the short term when you are mixing down a tune is the perceived loudness. Okay, this is how it looks. I've already set up the tempo 174, and this is a nice template to start producing drum and bass. Okay, let's go through some of the shortcuts I'm using. You can set all these shortcuts and key commands here in the file key commands menu. You can go through everything there. What I found especially useful is open channel settings, which I've set on my keyboard on the E key. If you press E, that opens up this window. Now this is the main channel setting window. Here come the inserts and sends and EQ and everything. If I press E again, that window hides. You can normally access this from here if you click with your mouse on this E button here. If you want to open virtual instrument like a contact instance, for example, I've set that up on Alt E. So if I press Alt E, that brings up the contact screen, which is very, very useful. So Alt E hides it again, Alt E opens it again, and if I just press on E, I can already put like an external insert on it. And here we go. It's very simple. Alright, I'm gonna adjust the notes a little bit here to my liking. If you press and hold the Control or Command, if you're using a Mac, then you can temporarily override the snap, so you can adjust the length of these notes freely. Okay, some of my other favorite key commands were the reverse and pitch. Let's load some samples in here and then work on that. I'm just gonna file, import. Let's open up this bongo. I'm just gonna drag and drop it to the percussion here, and then maybe load up a kick and a snare. Okay, one kick. And I'm gonna go to the snare folder. Okay. As you noticed, I was copying over stuff over here, but what's more elegant way to do this, if these are audio events here, so you can actually fade in and fade out and perform some moves over there, but you can also put them into a part. These events you can put into a part, and I have set Ctrl Alt P to do this. So if I Ctrl Alt P, these become these kind of boxes which you can snap to like 1 bar length. And also if you hold Alt and Shift, these will be ghost copies. Ghost copies means if you change something in one block, everything changes. As you can see, if I move this here, the second box is also moving. Same way with the snare. If I move this snare over here, the second box also moved. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And also you can feel this, I have set the loop length to 4 bars, and I have an Alt F key to fill the whole loop section with these ghost copies. So I just clicked on Alt F and it made it full length. So basically so I have like a 4 bar length loop, and if I change in one box something, everything changes. Okay, what I have here set up as a key combo is R as reverse, and you can change to a scissor tool with number 3 button, and then I'm gonna cut this bongo, just cut the last bar, and then gonna reverse it with the R key, and that will be reversed. So let's hear it from the beginning. That was only, I pressed R. If you press R again, obviously it reverses it back. Okay, if you want to pitch it, I have set P as pitch, and you can transpose this pitch. You can switch to an envelope, for example, and then do like a pitch bend kind of pitch envelope kind of thing, something like that. And then you can just use time correction. This is good for effects or something like that. So you just pitch it with the P key. That's pretty cool key command. The other good thing with Cubase is there are these so-called macros. If you open the key commands, there is this button here, show macros, and you can basically program a lot of stuff over here, like a series of commands, and then you can add a key to execute that command list. Basically, that's very useful. Also, there is render in place, for example, which is a very cool feature of Cubase. Now here I have an instance of Massive. Let's pick a preset. Okay, I'm just gonna press F here. This is like a longer. Here I have an F. This is like a massive instrument, and basically on a Ctrl B key I've already set up render in place. That's basically, it makes a WAV file out of this block in a Cubase from a virtual instrument. So let's press Ctrl B. That's already doing it, and here you already have the original muted, the original VST, and here you have it in audio. That comes especially handy if you want to do special effects on a part, or just cut it up and you know, modify it, like reverse or something like that. So I'm just gonna cut it up and then reverse the last part and maybe execute this pitch bend without the time correction. Just I executed it twice just so we can hear what's going on. And Ctrl D is my other favorite, which just duplicates something and then maybe reverse this back. Okay, and then 1/16 is the snap. Okay, let's hear how this sounds. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, that was my Cubase quick tutorial about features I really like and features what help your workflow, about key commands. Should you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with me via Facebook, and hope you enjoyed this sample Genie video.